Hey guys, Claudius here. The ability awakening is just right around the corner and Ramza's enhancements are next. In this video, I want to show you whether Ramza can replace Soleil as the best buffer to OTK the boss, especially the raid boss. And in order to one turn kill a boss, you'll need to buff up your party's attack and magic, as well as debuff the enemy's defense and spirit. Ramza's Enhanced Hero's Rhyme will buff up your party's attack, magic, defense, and spirit by 100%. There is no debuffing ability, so he will need another unit to help him to debuff the defense and spirit, which means he will use up another slot that can be used for a DPS. Whereas Soleil's enhancement, the dance, she can buff up one of the stat, like either attack or magic, but at the same time she can debuff the corresponding weakness. She can buff up the attack by 100% and at the same time she will debuff the defense by 35%, and the same with magic. Buff up magic by 100% and debuff spirit by 35%. And the additional slot can be used as a DPS. So now in this experiment, we will see whether, who is better? Is it Ramza or Soleil to one turn kill a boss? Let's start by testing out Soleil's capability as a buffer in a one turn kill mission. And since Soleil can only buff up one stats at a time, which is in this case attack, I'm gonna use a mostly physical party, but there's still an ace as you can see here. He is gonna deal damage as well as Imperial Light Element. 990 magic ace. And this is the primary DPS, Veritas of the Dark, with Lightbringer for the light elemental weapon. And then there is also an Agrias, Holy Lance, 722 attack, as well as Enhanced Divine Ruination. And this is the Soleil. And this is the secondary Agrias. This secondary Agrias's Divine Ruination is not enhanced yet because it is very expensive. And I only managed to get up to 474 attack here. So basically, if you try to force yourself to use all DPS unit, you will have difficulty to keep up the damage high. But we shall see what's the total damage this party composition going to bring out against the dragon. Let's start with the awesome song first. Okay, let's buff up the attack and debuff the defense of the enemy by 35%. And I'm gonna start the chain using the weakest Divine Ruination first. Start with Ace, and then the 5th Agrias, the 4th Agrias, and then the Veritas of the Dark to inflict the most damage possible. Let's start. The reason I'm using Agrias team and Veritas of the Dark is because the Landu family they can perfect chain rather easily, which can make things more consistent. Let's see what the damage is gonna be here. The damage is 4.31 million. In reality, if there are 3 physical damage dealer and the third one has a really low attack, such as my Agrias here, it is probably going to be better for me to just switch that with a damage dealing unit. And here I have Grimlost Sakura, which has a 1000 magic. So I have a really high DPS here. 4 units. Let's see how this is going to work now. And since my Grimlord Sakura and Ace, both of them have the highest attack, I should probably boost up magic damage. No, let me continue using just boost up the attack first, physical attack aspects, because Dark Veritas is going to chain here. And my Grimlord Sakura is just going to use the Eldritch Flame. So I'm gonna Imperial using Ace, followed by Dark Veritas, and then Grimlord Sakura's attack last. Okay, let's see what's the damage gonna be when I replace Agrias with Grimlord Sakura for the additional magic attack damage. 5.2 million damage. So it is better for me to replace the third Agrias with Grimlord Sakura. And this time I'm gonna try to buff up the magic attack, since Grimlord Sakura and Ace has the highest attack stats among the four. The magician here are the most damaging one compared to the physical damage dealing one. Let's see how much damage I can inflict to the boss. Hopefully I can perfect chain here. Oh, Ace has his Tribeam Lasers, the red color one, the one with the 21 times damage. So this one is gonna be pretty high. $5.9 because of Ace's attack. And next gonna try Ramza. Of course I don't have my Ramza enhanced yet, but I can still replicate or simulate his enhanced hero shrine with Roy. Roy is able to buff up the party's attack and magic by 100%, which is the two stats that we will need in order to boost the party's damage. And since Ramza or Roy cannot break, we will need to replace one unit here with a breaker. So just gonna keep the highest attacking unit on the team and replace the weakest Agrias with Krilla. And Krilla here can break defense and spirit by 50%, which is gonna probably effectively double damage of the unit. So let's see whether this 3 DPS party can OTK the king, the boss. So basically this time Ace's attack is gonna be enhanced as well because of Roy's song or Ramza's song. Let's see, Angel Swing will buff up attack and magic by 100%, and Krilla is gonna break. Let's see, Witchcraft, Defense and Spirit. So basically when she can boost the damage from the magic attack and as well as physical attack. Let's see here. So let's see what's the total damage here. It's gonna be 5.986333 damage, which is definitely really high. This is the summary of the 4 different scenarios I experimented earlier, and I know there are many different variables, such as Ace's Tribeam Laser has 4 different attack ranges. With the red color, when it appears, it will deal the highest damage ever of 30 times multiplier. And then the white color from Tribeam Laser will deal the least amount of damage of about 3.5 multiplier. And orange color will deal about the second highest damage, around 7.5 times multiplier. And there's also a matter of a breaking unit that you'll bring to help to support your Ramza or Roy, in which case I use Krilla, who has a 50% break, compared to other units that mostly have a 45% break, defense and spirit break. And on the first scene, I use Soleil to buff up the attack of the physical parties, which managed to deal 4.3 million damage. And on the second scenario, I replaced the weak Agrias with a stronger DPS who used magic. And this is GL Sakura with a 1054 magic here. But I still tried to buff up the attack, because Dark Veritas and Agrias is still gonna do a physical chain. So basically on scenario 2, Aces and GL Sakura's magic attack will not be buffed, but they managed to deal 5.2 million damage. And on scenario 3, the next scene, I buff the magic stats of the party instead of the attack stats, because Ace and GL Sakura, they have the highest DPS stats compared to DV and Agrias. And in this scenario, Ace happened to deal the highest, the most damage of Tribeam Laser of all. Red color appears, and they managed to deal 5.9 million damage. And finally, on scenario 4, I replaced Soleil with a pseudo enhanced Ramza, which is Roy, who can also buff both attack and magic. And I replace 1 DPS with Krilla. In this case, I replace GL Sakura, who has quite a significant firepower there, with Krilla, the breaker. We will need a breaker. And in this scenario, Ace deals the lowest damage of all the 4 scenarios with the white color one. And they managed to deal the highest damage of all, 5.98 million damage. And yeah, your defense and spirit break value definitely matters here. Now, the winner as the best buffer to OTK a raid boss, especially a raid 1, is Roy! Just kidding. It is enhanced Ramza. So yeah, it is actually worth it to replace a DPS slot with a breaker, because as you can see, like the attack and magic buff from enhanced Ramza will be able to deal more damage to the enemy. Granted, you also have a defense and spirit breaker, a strong one. I know like most of you will have Warrior of Light, which has a 45% defense and spirit break, but that should still enable you to deal more damage overall. So yeah, between Roy and enhanced Ramza, so enhanced Ramza is gonna be better because enhanced Ramza can also buff up defense and spirit, as well as heal HP and MP. Basically, just in case you miss the mark and did not kill the boss on the first turn, you are still able to survive because of the defense and spirit buff, as well as the HP heal. So congratulations to those of you who managed to pull Ramza. His enhancement is gonna be awesome, and it's gonna be definitely better than Soleil, it looks like. Okay guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.